esteemed family members of Justice D.P. Wadhwa, Justice Manmohan Sareen, former Judge, Delhi High Court and former Chief Justice, J&K High Court, my esteemed sister and brother judges of the High Court, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Honorary Secretary, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sanjay Lau, Standing Counsel, Criminal, Government of NCT of Delhi, Mr. Santosh Tripathi, Standing Counsel, Civil, Government of NCT of Delhi, Standing Counsel of the Central and State Government, Executive Members of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Office Bearers of the Bar Council of Delhi and other district bar associations, senior advocates, members of the bar, members of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. We have assembled here to condole the sad demise of Justice D.P. Wadhwa, a former judge of this court who served this institution for almost 12 years. Justice Wadhwa, an eminent jurist and a former judge of the Supreme Court, has left behind a rich legacy of judicial integrity, leadership, and unwavering commitment to rule of law. Justice Wadhwa was born on 5th May 1935 to Shri Diwan Chand Wadhwa and Srimati Vidyavati Wadhwa in Lahore in undivided India. His father was also a lawyer who practiced in Lahore, but he died when Justice Wadhwa was very young. Justice Wadhwa was raised by his mother, who also raised 4 of his siblings. Justice Wadhwa obtained a degree in BSc from Allahabad University and then pursued his LLB from Delhi University. He began his legal career in 1958 as a pleader at the Punjab High Court before starting his practice in Delhi. In 1960, he became an advocate. He worked in the chamber of Mr. K.L. Arora, senior advocate, a formidable criminal lawyer of his time. Justice Wadhwa married Ms. Krishna Wadhwa, who was Mr. Arora's niece. Mr. Arora was very keen on this union. Soon after he commenced his practice in the district courts at Delhi and the High Court of Delhi, Justice Wadhwa gained immense goodwill, which eventually led to his appointment as the Counsel for Central Board of Direct Taxes in 1971 and later Central Government Standing Counsel at the Delhi High Court in 1980. On 12th August 1983, he was appointed as the additional judge of this court. On 23rd February 1984, Justice Wadhwa became a permanent judge of this court, and he served in that capacity until his appointment as Chief Justice of Patna High Court on 29 September 1995. His tenure as Chief of Patna High Court from 1995 to 1997 is still remembered at that court. He managed to visit all the districts and jails in the short time there. He encouraged the younger bar there, and in his honor, a lawyer's chamber block has been named Wadhwa Chambers. On 21st March 1997, Justice Wadhwa was elevated as a judge of the Supreme Court of India. He served on the bench of the Supreme Court until his superannuation on 4th May 2000. Justice Wadhwa's judgment in the case of State of Tamil Nadu versus Nalini, also known as Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, was considered as a landmark judgment of the time, where he upheld the death sentences of 4 appellants based on the admissibility of confession of an accused by himself and other accused persons. Another notable judgment pronounced by him was in the case of MI Builders Private Limited versus Radheshyam Sahu, where he directed the demolition of an illegally constructed shopping complex in Lucknow. Post-retirement, Justice Wadhwa was appointed as the President of the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission from March 2001 to October 2003. Thereafter, he was appointed as the Chairperson of the Telecom Disputes Settlement and Appellate Tribunal, where he served 2 years from January 2003 to May 2005. In 2005, Justice Wadhwa was also appointed as the Chairman of the Committee on Initial Public Offerings, constituted by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, to examine the loopholes in the initial public offerings and allotment of shares to applicants. This committee's recommendations on prevention of unjust enrichment, identification of deprived applicants, etc., continues to influence the current regulations. In the year 2006, Justice Wadhwa was appointed as the chairman of the Central Vigilance Committee by the Supreme Court to look into the issues affecting the functioning of public distribution system. Initially, the appointment was to study the PDS in Delhi, but it was extended in 2008 on an all-India basis. He visited and studied the system in over 20 different states and gave various recommendations to tap leakages, streamline the system, and use of technology to provide better access to all beneficiaries. Justice Wadhwa was a man of ideas, and in addition to his professional engagements, he always found time to engage in discourses to make this world a better place. On 27 September 1997, Justice Wadhwa pitched the idea of setting up an India unit of INSOL International in a get-together of legal professionals. The idea was accepted, and INSOL was constituted under the presidency of Justice Manmohan Sareen, then a judge of this court. The formation of INSOL India enabled a closer cooperation between the members of the legal fraternity, chartered accountants, company secretaries, and various bodies on issues pertaining to the insolvency regime. Justice Wadhwa is credited for bringing a reformative outlook towards the insolvency regime in India in the late 1990s, and he also ensured that an active engagement is carried out with INSOL International so as to develop a comparative understanding of the law. Justice Wadhwa was also a foodie who loved experimenting with Punjabi non-vegetarian dishes and also various types of chaat and Purani Delhi food items whenever he got a chance. In fact, his arbitrations were well known for organizing the most elaborate meals and snacks. Equally, he loved his walks, especially at Lodi Gardens, after which he would relish having coffee at the IIC lounge, where I had the pleasure of joining him on a few occasions, and I noted that he held lively discussions with an eclectic bunch of bureaucrats, artists, and columnists. Justice Wadhwa was indeed a man of many facets. Few people know that he delayed shifting to his official residence at 8 Rajaji Marg for a couple of months on Justice Leela Seth's request, which he made on account of her son Vikram Seth, who was on the verge of completing his epic novel, The Suitable Boy. Justice Wadhwa left for his heavenly abode on 8th August 2024. He is survived by his wife, Mrs. Krishna Wadhwa, and 3 children, namely Dr. Geeta Wadhwa, Mr. Darpan Wadhwa, and Mr. Ashwan Wadhwa. His son, Mr. Darpan Wadhwa, is a designated senior advocate practicing in this court. The joke in the family is that when his son Darpan started his legal career as a corporate lawyer, Justice Wadhwa was bewildered by the nature of his work. He wondered aloud, वो वकील ही कैसा जो रोज जज की डांट ना खाए. We are confident that Justice Wadhwa's legacy shall continue to guide the future generations for decades to come. On my behalf and on behalf of my sister and brother judges in the High Court of Delhi, I express my heartfelt condolences to the family members of Justice Wadhwa. May God bestow the family members with the strength to bear this loss and the departed soul with peace on his onwards journey. His life and contributions towards the cause of justice shall continue to inspire the future generations. Thank you.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable companion judges of this Honorable Court, family members of Justice D.P. Wadhwa, notably Mrs. Krishna Wadhwa, Ashwin, Darpan, Dr. Geeta, Justice Sareen, former judge of this court, former Chief Justice, J&K High Court, all the assembled senior advocates here. On my left-hand side, the formidable array of the President of the Bar Association, Mr. Mohit Mathur, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, representing the Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Santosh Tripathi, representing the GNCTD, Mr. Jatan Singh, representing as the Vice President of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary of the Bar Association, assembled senior advocates on the left, on the right. If I start to take all the names, let it be taken that they are read. And of course, Madam Dikshit as a surprise participant here. Let's start with this, that Justice Wadhwa, or let me put it this way, Shri Devendra Pratap Wadhwaji was barely 12 and he had lost his father, and that was the time when the pangs of partition tore this nation apart, and they had to shift to this country, India, from Lahore in very trying circumstances. He was raised, as the Honorable Chief Justice said, by his relatives in very dire circumstances. They were very uphill at that particular time. That said, he became a pleader in 1958 in the Punjab court, then shifted to Delhi, where he joined the chambers of one of the most celebrated criminal lawyers, Shri K.L. Arora ji. And now it's a matter of debate whether Justice D.P. Wadhwa was picked up on a priority for his work or for his being an excellent gentleman. Be that as it may, the end result or the greatest prize was Mataji, who is with us. And with the onset of Mrs. Krishna Wadhwa, it can hardly be gainsaid that after that day, Mataji, Devendra Pratap ji ne piche mud ke kabhi nahi dekha. He soared the skies. So from the age of 12 as a orphan, torn by partition to the Supreme Court and beyond and even thereafter, this has been one great, successful, accomplished journey, and it deserves all our applause. Also, having said that, and the Chief Justice has been remarkably in a lighter mood today when he referred to Justice Wadhwa's foodie points. In the condolence meeting, Chief Justice, sir, you remember Ashwin said that now my father was fond of two things, and I would implore all of you to taste that. One, deep fried food. Two, sweets. So discretion was probably never Justice Wadhwa's forte in a sense, but then he went on with very good health till the age of 89, and that really shows that discretion was actually to enjoy life and to lead a very balanced life. His arbitrations were extremely incisive. They were very cordial. He heard everybody with rapt attention. He posed very incisive questions. And when the going was tough, he would, in the middle, or the matter would be heated in the middle, he would ask for these snacks to be served, lightening the atmosphere. That was so even in his demeanor as a judge. And I must credit him that he was the first judge who signaled the opening up of the shackles of criminal statutory law, which were hand and foot bound because of the initiation of criminal proceedings. So in Pepsi Foods, if I'm not wrong, and in G. Sagar Suri, in these two pioneering judgments, Justice Wadhwa said that initiation of criminal proceedings and summoning in criminal matters is a serious matter, and it should not be done by mere ipse dixit. There has to be application of mind. It has not to be a mechanical act. Now that opened up another frontier. That frontier was that people were trying to get even with their rivals, and therefore manufacturing an artifice of criminal proceedings. So G. Sagar Suri onwards said that the courts in 482 should test whether the gravamen of the dispute is actually criminal or not, or whether it is actually meant to settle scores between two rivals. That set the tone when the court started looking at the abuse of the criminal justice system, and here we have a very full-blown, balanced view of the matter, which is quite distinct from when it started out, which was head-foot bound by the shackles of procedure. So this is one of the great achievements of Justice Wadhwa. I have encroached upon the criminal side domain of my friend, who must now write something civil. That said, his granddaughter, Mahira, who is with us, in one of my trips, Darpan was traveling with me, and I said, where are you going off to? He said, where are you? I said, Mullah ki Daud Masjid tak, I'll go for a matter or for the obvious. I said, have you also gone for the pilgrimage? He said, no, my daughter is playing a tournament. So she's an ace striker. She's a great footballer. And I just asked her, what position do you play? So it's not a goalkeeper or a fullback it's the striker's position. So that shows the kind of, it goes through the family as if it were. Justice Wadhwa was remembered for his composure, for his calmness, for his ability to control proceedings in court without being harsh to anybody whatsoever. Darpan, I must say, I've always admired your father's handsome looks. Mataji, ye sachi baat hai. And if I can put it this way, the one thing, let me be honest, the one thing that I told my colleagues, always young people at that time, because I started from Jammu and said, when I was about to leave, so Justice Tirath Singh Thakur, who was also practicing there, he said, ek mere dost hain, wo bahut achhe hain. He's a very good human being, to unse jaake milna. And Justice Tirath Singh Thakur referred to Justice Wadhwa's name. Of course, I didn't do that. That's another part of the story. But Justice Wadhwa's contribution in the INSOL, of which Justice Sareem was the chairman, did a great job insofar as the objectives of INSOL were concerned, and the man that he was, one can almost say, Jitatma prashantasya paramatma samahitah shitoshna sukhudukheshu tatha manapamano yoho. He who had almost controlled the mind, because you could never see him being swayed by either which way. He maintained his calm and composure. And so therefore it is said that one who conquers the mind in this way, the super soul is reached because he is in a state of what is called tranquility. And to that man, happiness and distress, heat, cold, honor and dishonor are all the same, the exceptions being deep fried and sugar sweets. So all great people do have some exceptions, and Justice Wadhwa had these very fine exceptions. The non-vegetarian part Justice Manmohan has touched. I will not touch that. Delhi 6 he has touched. Yes, we will all have that. And for a man who has lived a life so rich, so successful, so varied, so balanced, so accomplished, and so lifeful, and so deeply engaging, deserves all our applause, deserves all our approbation, deserves all our namans and vandans and pranams, especially to Mataji and all the assembled family members, all of the advocates sitting here, all those joined virtually. We do pay our homage on behalf of the Central Government Standing Councils and the formidable array of the pleaders and the councils. I pay my obeisances to the memory of Justice Wadhwa. Om Shanti. Namaskar.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan, his companion judges of this court, Justice Manmohan Sarinji, former Judge Delhi High Court and former Chief Justice J&K High Court, Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Mr. Jatan Singh, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Vice President and Honorary Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, other office bearers of the different bar associations, members of the Executive Committee of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, former office bearers and senior advocates of DHCBA, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Secretary Bar Council of Delhi, and the other dignitaries of the Bar Council of Delhi present, Mr. Sanjay Lau and Mr. Santosh Kumar Tripathi, Standing Councils, Government of NCT of Delhi, Mr. Darpan Vadva, Justice Pratik Jalan, family of Justice T.P. Vadva, my fellow senior counsels, distinguished members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. We gather here today with heavy hearts to pay homage to a towering figure in our legal fraternity, Honorable Justice D.P. Vadva. Though our hearts are weighed down by grief, we come together in solidarity with his dear family and friends, seeking comfort in one another. As we mourn his passing, we also find an opportunity to celebrate the remarkable life he lived, a life dedicated to the pursuit of justice, to the law, and to each one of us who were fortunate enough to know him. For those who have had the privilege of knowing him, Justice Vadva was not just a man of immense legal brilliance, he was a guiding light and above all, a true friend of the bar. His passing on 8th of August 2024 marked the end of an era, and with it, we lost not only a sharp and profound legal mind, but also a person whose warmth and wisdom touched all our lives in countless ways. His legal journey and his early years in life have already been mentioned by the Honorable the Chief Justice and the learned ASJ. Justice Vadva was not merely a custodian of law. He was its defender, its protector, its champion. In fact, in Patna, he took on illegal constructions with a courage that shook even the most powerful of men there. He did not just hand down decisions, he transformed communities, turning spaces tainted by illegality into symbols of justice. To this day, the halls of our High Court and that of the Patna High Court echo with his legacy. And as already mentioned, one of the lawyers' chamber block is named in his honor in Patna, which stands as a testament to the impact that he has made in whatever short tenure he had there at Patna High Court. But Justice Vadva's greatness was not only in the cases he adjudicated, but in the manner in which he lived his life. He was a man who measured success not only in the accolades he received, but in the lives he touched, the friendships he nurtured, and the institutions he strengthened. He was not just a judge, he was a mentor and a guide, and a cherished friend who knew every colleague and their families by name, remembered the smallest details about their lives, and made each person feel valued, heard, and understood. His work ethic, his compassion, his grace, these were the pillars of his life. During his years at the Supreme Court, Justice Vadva penned down over 100 judgments, each one a reflection of his deep understanding of the law and his ability to empathize with those before him. His decisions were not only just legal documents, they were embodiment of his belief that the law's true purpose was not only to reprove, but to reform, to uplift, and to bring comfort to the oppressed. While his judgments on the criminal side have been mentioned by my learned friend, the learned Additional Solicitor General, a rarely mentioned judgment of 1985, while sitting in the vacation bench of Justice Vadva, was in one case named Abdul Mohsin, where he said that you cannot continue to detain a person in custody while the prosecution is still squabbling over what sections to impose on him. And when the offense is not decided by them as yet, the person needs to be released from the custody. It's often forgotten. His legacy will forever be etched in the pages of our legal history, particularly his landmark rulings. In addition, his profound judgment on the national flag while being a judge of this very court reminds us of all our duties to honor our national symbols and resonates with the heart of every citizen. Even after his retirement, his lordship continued to work for the growth of our nation. He advocated for modern technology to enhance transparency and efficiency in the state's social welfare measures. upon demitting office of Supreme Court judge, he selflessly took up the arduous role of chairperson of the Central Vigilance Commission and authored a robust report on the systemic hitches in the public distribution system, highlighting the areas that demanded immediate attention of the stakeholders. Justice Wadhwa also chaired significant committees that reshaped policies in critical sectors. Even beyond the law, Justice Wadhwa possessed a rare depth of creativity, a gift for sharing wisdom not only through rigorous legal reasoning, but through wit, humor, and even poetry. Whether in the courtroom or among friends, his words carried the weight of a lifetime spent in the pursuit of truth, delivered with a smile that could warm even the most anxious of hearts. Justice Wadhwa leaves behind a legacy not just of legal milestones, but of kindness, compassion, and integrity. His presence will be missed, but his spirit, his teachings, and his love, the love he showered on us, will live on. Today, as we condole his demise, let us also cherish his memories and promise to carry his legacy forward by upholding the values he held dear: justice, humility, and unwavering dedication to law. I, on behalf of the Delhi High Court Bar Association and myself, express our sincere condolences to the family of Justice Wadhwa and pray to the Almighty to grant his noble soul eternal peace. Om Shanti.
Honorable Chief Justice, Justice Manmohan, and other companion judges of this prestigious High Court, Justice Manmohan Sareen, former Judge, Delhi High Court, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Learned Additional Solicitor General of India, Mr. P.P. Malhotra, sir, Senior Advocate, former ASG, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Honorary Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, other distinguished members of the Executive Committee and former office bearers of DSCBA, Mr. Santosh Kumar Tripathi, London Standing Council, GN City of Delhi, Mr. Ramesh Gupta, former Chairman, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Murari Tiwari, former Chairman, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Rajiv Khosla, member and former President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, and other esteemed members of Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Kirti Uppal, former President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Central Government Standing Councils, Additional Standing Councils and Government Councils, Mr. Abhijat, former Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Office Bearers of District Court Bar Association, Mr. H.S. Fulka, Senior Advocate and Padam Shri Awardee, learned Senior Counsels and esteemed members of Delhi High Court Bar Association, friends and family members of Justice T.P. Wadhwa, Mr. Darpan Wadhwa, Senior Advocate, son of Justice T.P. Wadhwa, Justice Prateek Jalan, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. We have gathered here to pay our last tributes to a stalwart of this honorable bench and the legal fraternity itself, our beloved Justice T.P. Wadhwa, former Judge of the Supreme Court of India, former Chief Justice of Patna High Court, and a former Judge of this Honorable Court. As we mourn the passing of our esteemed retired Supreme Court Judge, we stand in deep solidarity with his family and friends during this time of grief. Yet amidst the sorrow, we are also gifted with a moment to reflect on his remarkable life. His unwavering compassion and kindness paired with his brilliance and dedication to the law have left an indelible mark on the legal community. We cherish the legacy he has built, honoring not only his profound contribution to the justice, but also the humanity and grace with which he served. At every stage of his distinguished career, from additional judge to Chief Justice and finally as a Supreme Court Judge, Justice Wadhwa's profound sense of duty, tireless work, ethic, and compassionate nature shone through. His legacy, built upon his devotion to justice and his kindness towards all, remains deeply cherished by those who had the honor of working alongside him. Justice Wadhwa's judgments were not merely rooted in legal jurisprudence, they were embedded with deep compassion and empathy, leaving a lasting impact on society. His keen understanding of the law was always balanced with a profound sensitivity towards the individuals before him. He recognized that justice is not just about applying statute, but about understanding the human experience behind each case. During his time as the Chief Justice of the Patna High Court, Justice Wadhwa exemplified this unique blend of legal acumen and moral courage in a case involving illegal construction, potentially implicating influential figures. He did not hesitate to demand accountability. When no one stepped forward to claim responsibility, Justice Wadhwa turned the situation around, ensuring that the land in question was repurposed for the High Court's Legal Service Authority, What once stood as a symbol of illegality became a place where justice thrived thanks to his determination. Justice Wadhwa contributions to the legal fraternity were vast and far-reaching. He was a voice for everyone, from the most marginalized in society to the nation's highest office, as demonstrated by his handling of cases involving the former Prime Minister, the late Shri Rajiv Gandhi. In his 3 years at the Supreme Court, Justice Wadhwa heard 586 cases and authored 115 judgments, each one reflecting his unwavering commitment to justice. His legacy is not only one of legal brilliance, but of a deep, humane understanding of the moral dimensions of justice. He has left an indelible mark on the legal profession, and his presence will be sorely missed. Justice Wadhwa was a man of unwavering excellence, whose dedication to the justice system was deeply rooted in both principle and compassion. Even after his retirement from the Supreme Court, his commitment to the cause of justice remained steadfast. He continued to serve the nation with the same vigor, taking on vital roles that shaped critical institutions. After stepping down as a Supreme Court judge, Justice Wadhwa presided over the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission and later the Telecom Disputes Settlement and Appellate Tribunal. His exemplary leadership extended further in 2006 when the Supreme Court appointed him chairperson of the Central Vigilance Committee, tasked with addressing the pressing issues with the public distribution system. His tenure in the Honorable Supreme Court was marked by foresight and innovation. On September 27, 1997, Justice Wadhwa was instrumental in the formation of INSOL India, an organization that was born out of a collective vision. This association brought together legal professionals, chartered accountants, company secretaries, and other stakeholders to foster collaborations, share ideas, and advance an empathetic understanding of insolvency law. Justice Wadhwa's enduring legacy in the legal community will be remembered not just for his remarkable contribution, but also for his kindness, humility, and the deep sense of humanity that guided his work. Justice Wadhwa leaves behind a legacy that will be cherished and remembered by all who had the honor of knowing him. A man of deep compassion, humility, and empathy, he embodied the true spirit of a karma yogi, dedicating his life to the pursuit of justice with unwavering commitment. His kindness touched the lives of many, and his wisdom will forever guide the path of those who follow in his footsteps. On behalf of myself, my chairman, Mr. Surprakash Khatri, and the esteemed members of the Bar Council of Delhi, we express our profound gratitude for Justice Wadhwa's invaluable contribution to the Indian judiciary. His lordship's work stands as a testament to his deep sense of justice and humanity, and he will be dearly missed by all who knew him. We extend our deepest condolences to his beloved family, his wife, Mrs. Krishna Wadhwa, his son, Mr. Darpan Wadhwa, senior advocate, his daughter-in-law, Nidhi Jalan, his younger son, Mr. Ashwin Wadhwa, and his daughter-in-law, Shreya Dhawan. With heartfelt respect, we pay homage to the departed soul and pray that his noble spirit rests in eternal peace. His legacy will live on in our hearts, a guiding light for all who serve justice. Om Shanti.
Honorable the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan, all esteemed judges of the Honorable Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan Sareen, former Judge of Delhi High Court and Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General, Union of India, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Jatan Singh, Vice President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary, Delhi High Court Bar Associations, Mr. Ramesh Gupta, Ex-Chairman, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Murari Tiwari, Ex-Chairman, Bar Council of Delhi, Mr. Rajesh Mishra, Secretary, Delhi Bar Council, Mr. Sanjay Law, Standing Counsel, Criminal, Government of NCT of Delhi, all additional Standing Councils of Government of NCT of Delhi and Standing Council of Union of India, Mr. H.S. Fulka, Padma Shri Awardee, Mr. Kirti Uppal, former President of Delhi High Court Bar Association, and other distinguished senior advocates, respected members of the bar, family members, and friends of late Justice D.P. Wadhwa. The Honorable Full Court of the High Court of Delhi gathers today to pay heartfelt tributes to the memory of Justice D.P. Wadhwa, who left us on August 8, 2024. A distinguished jurist, a towering figure in our judicial system, and a beacon of integrity and wisdom, Justice Wadhwa's contribution to law and justice have left an indelible mark on our society. As we gather to pay tribute to Justice D.P. Wadhwa, we reflect on the life dedicated to the pursuit of justice and upholding of the law. Justice Wadhwa was not just a judge, he was a guardian of the principle that underpin our democracy. His remarkable intellect and deep understanding of law allow him to navigate complex legal challenges with grace and clarity. Justice Wadhwa was enrolled as a pleader in 1958 in the Punjab High Court and started his practice in Delhi, becoming an advocate in 1962. His expertise earned him the appointment as Central Government Standing Counsel for Delhi High Court in April 1980. Justice Wadhwa was appointed as Additional Judge, Delhi High Court on August 12, 1983, and was made a permanent judge on February 23, 1984. On September 29, 1995, Justice Wadhwa was appointed as Chief Justice of Patna High Court, and then on March 29, 1997, he was elevated to the Supreme Court of India. Throughout his esteemed career, Justice D.P. Wadhwa was known for his rigorous analysis and fair judgment. He approached each case with an open mind and keen sense of justice, ensuring that all voices were heard and considered. In the state of Tamil Nadu versus Nalini, the historic Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, his ruling on the confession of an accused being substantive evidence against both himself and other co-accused was a critical contribution to the Indian criminal law. Another landmark decision was delivered in Union of India versus Naveen Jindal, Justice Wadhwa's judgment affirming the right of every Indian citizen to fly the national flag with dignity, and now a powerful symbol of national pride and patriotism. His reasoning in this case was not merely a legal but affirmation of the fundamental rights of every Indian. Justice Wadhwa played a significant role in addressing the right of children of sex worker in case of Vishaljeet versus Union of India, which emphasized the need for protection and welfare of children born to the sex worker. Justice Wadhwa highlighted the vulnerabilities these children face due to social stigma and economic hardship. The court directed the government to take proactive measures to ensure their education, health care, and overall well-being. The judgment emphasized the principle that children should not be punished for the circumstances of their birth. Justice Wadhwa delivered several such landmark judgments during his tenure, which significantly influenced the Indian jurisprudence. His judgments were marked by a profound respect for human rights and commitment to equality, embodying the very essence of what it means to serve the public. Beyond the courtroom, Justice Wadhwa's service extends to the realm of public welfare. He chaired the Wadhwa's Committee on Public Distribution System, recommending crucial measures to curb corruption and enhance transparency in one of India's most critical public service sectors. His dedication to the justice was also evident in his chairmanship of the committee investigation IPO irregularities, which has submitted a significant report to SEBI on December 12, 2007. Justice Wadhwa was a founding member of INSOL India, a pioneering organization aimed at fostering understanding and cooperation on insolvency laws, further extending his influence beyond traditional judicial realms. Justice D.P. Wadhwa was a mentor to many, instilling in them the importance of ethics and integrity in the legal profession. He inspired young lawyers and judges alike, encouraging them to pursue justice with dedication and compassion. His legacy will continue to influence future generations, reminding us all of our duty to serve with probity. As we honor his memory, let us commit ourselves to upholding the values he championed. In a word that sometimes challenges our belief in justice, may we find strength in his example and strive to emulate his dedication to the truth and fairness. As we reflect on Justice Wadhwa's unparalleled legacy, we must also acknowledge and honor the continuation of his contribution to the legal field through his son, Mr. Darpan Wadhwa. Senior advocate, Mr. Darpan carries forward his father's legacy with dignity and excellence, making his own mark in the judiciary while keeping his father's name shining brightly. In the moment of profound loss like this, we also celebrate a life well lived. Justice Wadhwa's commitment to his family, friends, and colleagues was evident in all he did. He cherished the bonds he formed, and his warmth and generosity touched many lives. Today, on behalf of Government of NCT of Delhi, my team representing Government of NCT of Delhi, and my own behalf, I extend my deepest condolence to Justice Wadhwa's family, friends, and colleagues. May you all find solace in the knowledge that Justice Vadva's impact will resonate for generation to come. Thank you.
We shall now observe 2 minutes silence. The court work is suspended for the day.
Who is this?